Hello, humans, and welcome to another episode of Gen X Gamer. Hello, members. Thank you for being members. Thank you for watching this early. Guys, this year, I started off last year by saying, this is the year I'm going to just back off and not buy anything. I'm a liar once again. As a matter of fact, I spend more money this year than any other year, I think, in video games, right? And it's just there's so much stuff coming out, guys. It's not me. I want to get out, but they keep pulling me back in with these great products. The shows just came out today, and I'll give you a perfect example. All the showcases went on, right? I was at work, I was really busy. But the one thing I saw, and just in my perspective, guys, I believe, right, from what I saw, that Xbox had probably the best show. I'm not saying they're all tens, okay? Don't get excited, but I think overall, Xbox had the best showing of all three. Now, there's some highlights for PlayStation with Wolverine and stuff like that. Also, some controversies. But you know what got me, guys? Where I was just like, there was two things. Of course, I'm a huge Persona fan, and that announcement, Persona 6, was great. And the Persona 4, the remake that they're doing with new graphics, Unreal Engine, and all that stuff. But it was the anniversary console, guys. Oh my gosh! I looked at that and I was like, I gotta have that. I gotta have that. That's a legacy product, guys. Look, Asher Sharma's been criticized plenty, but that right there was a good move. Having console exclusives was a good move. That's why I think that show, popped more than the others, right? Because they had products and they had games, exclusive games at that. Both games that they showed, I like the E-Day and also that other Clockwork game that's very Bioshock Infinite looking. I'm interested in that, right? Like that. That's my kind of game. But I mean, how much is that console going to be, right? And if you're an Xbox freak, if you've been with Xbox since the beginning, right? It's almost a must, right? It's almost a must. You got to start saving. And with that said, it's going to come out at the same time, or around the same time, the Neo Geo's already come out, right? And next month, Mod Retro's coming out with the M64, right? And I've been buying all these other products. So, it's half it's half the year, right? And we're already in the thousands. Right? It's half the year, and man, and let me tell you, I'm happy. Like I'm buying these things, and I'm feeling it. I feel that I buy them and they're worth it, right? It was something that upsets me. I'm sorry, is that when you buy something and you're thinking, okay, well, this is worth it, and it turns out not to be. You know what I'm saying? Like you buy something and it doesn't work, or you buy something and it's whatever, and it hasn't been that way recently for me. And I'll give you an example with Atari. Everything that I bought from Atari works. It still works, and I have fun with it. I have no complaints, right? Mod Retro, the same thing. I love my Game Boy. It's right now my favorite handheld, and I have, and I'm barely starting with a Switch too. But for that nostalgia, I'm not going, like before I would go back and play the Game Boy games on the Switch. I'm not doing that anymore. I want that feel, right, of the Mod Retro. It feels amazing. Best Game Boy I have ever owned, right? And the only way I want to play Game Boy games now. Again, bang for the buck. Absolutely. I'm playing cartridges and what have you. I'm finally enjoying my PlayStation, right? I'm playing Rise of the Ronin right now. Absolutely great game. I'm having a great time with my PlayStation 5. I'm playing Persona 5 Strikers on my Switch 2 now. So everything that I have, I'm enjoying, right? So it's been a really great year for that for me. And there's more on the horizon, right? That's without, that's just earlier this year, and I haven't even talked about, how much fun I'm going to have with M64, which I've already played in my local store because they have one there in the demo, And every time I stop by, man, I get in a couple of games, and I love it. I love the way it feels. That controller, that new one, has heft to it, man. It's great. Um, the graphics look amazing, and just the console looks good, man. It really looks good, and it feels like an evolution of a Nintendo product, if that makes any sense, right? The other one by Analog 3D, and I'm not knocking Analog, guys, because I've used their products. I bought their products, the smaller handheld, but this one just feels like more nostalgic, right? I mean, if that's anything to say, and I'm not saying it's as good, because apparently with all the updates that they've done, the Analog right now is performing better. That doesn't mean that the M64 is not going to perform better, because the other one's been out for a year, so they've been able to patch it up to its current condition. But for me to keep in my game room, if you gave me one to pick, I would pick the M64, and not only because of that, but because it's coming out with new games, right? So it has a new controller and new games. So it's just, to me, it has more to offer, right? So I want to support companies that are making new physical media. That's another reason, right? And then we have we have the Neo Geo AES, and what have I not said about that, right? How much I'm looking forward to it and having it, and how it has made me a complete hypocrite, right? Because I'm here complaining about all these prices and all this stuff, and let's just face it, 90% of us are buying it for the flex, right? Yeah, we love Neo Geo, but there's 1,000 ways to play Neo Geo. If you're really about the games, you could play you could play them way better, right? You could buy an original machine. You have all these other options. But we've always wanted that, right? The console that we never got. It's that girlfriend that got away, right? That's what we're buying that console for. And like I told you before, I have friends that only play in the arcades, have never owned a console, and they're going to buy that console. That's the one they're going to buy. After all these generations, never got a Super Nintendo, never got a Genesis, never got any of that. They're buying the Neo Geo because that's the arcade machine that we used to play on, right? Man, guys, thank you so much for watching me. I'm going to have another video, a soccer video, right? And I'm going to go over my favorite soccer games of all time. And they tend to be the retro ones. So I want to do an episode of that because I'm watching the World Cup right now. The U.S. just won yesterday. Great game. They dominated, man. They are performing so well. I hope they can keep it up. It's just been great, guys. But what a year, man. My wallet is going to be... Jesus. My wallet is going to be on fire, guys, this year. I don't know what I'm going to do. I wish they still had layaways like they used to do back in the day, right? All right, humans. Thank you so much for joining me. Thank you for being members and watching this early. I'll catch you on the next one. Take care.